Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Frater Oz again, and this is a continuation of the video talking about witchcraft. In this video, I'm going to go into specifically, we're going to start on specifically how witchcraft and Wicca pertains to and is derived from Thelema and the work of Aleister Crowley. First of all, it's important to know that Gerald Gardner was an initiate of the O.T.O. He was a magical student of the work of Aleister Crowley. He knew Aleister Crowley personally, visited him and had discussions with him, received initiations into the O.T.O. From Crowley. It's important to know this history because it's going to play into my opinions about Wicca and why it was created. Gardner visited Crowley in the last years of his life and received certain things from him. There were undoubtedly long conversations, and he didn't just receive these things. They sat and they talked, Now, we don't know what they talked about. There's no record of those conversations, as far as written form, a history that we can go by to know what was said. But what we do have are things that Gardner in these last visits received from Crowley. What he received was he received his 4th degree initiation into the O.T.O. So we know that he was a 4th degree initiate, at least, if Crowley didn't give him the 9th degree in these meetings, but he was at least a 4th degree. Now, he also received a charter to initiate from O.T.O., which is still done today. You get a charter to initiate, and then you are legally within the order allowed to perform the initiations, or at least through 3rd degree, so Minerval through 3rd. He also received a charter, which the O.T.O. charters, when say if I wanted to start an O.T.O. body, I would apply for a charter, and they would either charter me or not to create an O.T.O. body. Well, Gardner received a charter to create a body of Minervals. The Minerval, the term Minerval, within the context of O.T.O., means it is a guest degree. When someone first comes into the O.T.O., they take their Minerval initiation as their first initiation, and that is it is a prelude to the O.T.O. It's actually, you're just a guest, and it gives you a first experience in initiation, the initiatory rites. And then when you decide to make a bond with the order, you take your 1st degree. So he was chartered to create a body of Minervals. And Gardner went off, and did he ever start a body of Minervals? That depends on how you look at it. What Gardner did was he created Wicca. By using what he had learned through the study of the works of Aleister Crowley, through the study of Western mysticism and the Western magical tradition, and he put in together with that older pagan ideas to appeal to a broader audience. You could say that the holidays coincide. I know that situation is used often the other way around, that Christianity created their holidays based upon the pagan holidays, which is true. But also Gardner and Wicca they turned the tables. They switched it back. They decided to restructure a system of holidays that not only coincided with the pagan traditions, but also, this is genius, coincides and is directly based upon the holidays of the time, which were the Christian holidays. So you can look at that from either angle. Now, I believe, it's my personal opinion, that, and this is conjecture because, like I say, we have no proof of any of this, but I'm not the only one who feels this way, you know, and I have done some pretty extensive study of Crowley's works, and I kind of feel like I feel where he was coming from at this point in his life. I feel like he was kind of a little bit worried that Thelema wasn't going to survive. The O.T.O was near dead. The Thelema was, you know, he had damaged Thelema and the O.T.O through his actions, through his personal actions, with you know, all of the crazy things that he did, and continued to maintain, you know, things that he kind of reveled in. He was a rebel, you know. He liked it when people thought he was evil and or feared him, kind of, you know, and he liked to toy with people in that way. And I feel like in a later part of his life that he may have deep down kind of regretted this. I mean, I don't know that he would have necessarily changed it, but I'm pretty sure that he probably felt like and realized that this damaged the legitimacy of the Book of the Law, of the O.T.O, and of Thelema. And he, I'm sure, probably felt like he needed to do something to counteract this and to make sure that Thelema survived. And I believe that's what happened with Gardner. I believe during these conversations that Crowley said, look, this is what you're going to do. You're going to create for me a earth-based religion that runs parallel to the law of Thelema, and that appeals to a broader audience. Because Thelema is difficult. It requires discipline and study and regimen, you know, to a certain extent if you really want to do it right, especially the magical and mystical aspects of it. And it's just not for everyone, and a lot of people just don't have the discipline it takes to be a Thelemite. So Wicca, therefore, is more simplified. It requires less study, and really I'll say that the hard part in Thelema is the things that lead you to that gnosis and to that unity with God and with the universe, which Wicca doesn't really contain. And that stuff is the stuff that's the most difficult. It's the things that require a regimen and discipline. And Wicca is almost devoid of that. It doesn't seem to be about personal spiritual attainment and enlightenment beyond the realm of earth. That's why I say earth-based, and it doesn't seem to bring enlightenment beyond the sphere of Malkuth on the Tree of Life, which represents earth and manifestation. It is also the sphere that relates to the Minerval. Now, these are important facts and important things that play into you know, the fact that Crowley probably put Gardner up to creating this. And the Wicca seems to me as kind of a training ground for Thelema, and kind of a pool of people who are more in tune with the 93 current. And a lot of Thelemites come from Wicca because they see, when they get exposed to it, that, hey, you know, this is really where all this comes from. Why don't I, you know, try to check this out? And then they find, you know, what I found, which is that the law is for all. So I'm going to go on to the next video and talk about this book. Stick with me. Love is the law. Love under will.